When comedian Jeff Foxworthy first got his big break on Johnny Carson, they told him, you have exactly 6 minutes to deliver your set. You don't have 5 minutes and 50 seconds. You don't have 6 minutes and 5 seconds. You have exactly 6 minutes. So Foxworthy began to prepare by writing his jokes, testing them out at different clubs, and he worked on his timing until it was precisely 6 minutes long. But one thing that he did not factor in was audience applause. He didn't even think about when he delivered a joke that was so funny that the whole studio erupted in laughter and broke out in a round of applause. And it was in that moment when everybody started laughing, he was like, oh my gosh, I did not factor this in because my set has to be exactly 6 minutes. And he said it was in that moment that I had to make some real-time edits. Some of the jokes I had to take out, but then also I had to start thinking which jokes went with the other ones to make the bodies of the joke perfect. And he nailed it. You know, when you're performing on Carson, when he invites you to the couch, that you did a good job. And that was the big break of his career. And that's how he knew he was becoming pro. But here's the symbolism for me. When you can make real-time revisions and edits with additions and subtractions, and the other party doesn't even know that you're doing that, inside you're like, oh my God, you're freaking out. But we're able to process things and say, okay, I'm going to keep this one and we got to take this one out for timing purposes or based on whatever the scenario is. That's when you realize that you're becoming a pro. The only way that you become a pro is through reps and experience. So the first thing is you got to put in the reps. And that means it's not always going to be sunny days and perfect skies. There are going to be days when you don't feel like doing it. There are going to be days when you're tired. There are going to be days where you sit there and say, what's the use? You push yourself anyway because you've got to put in the reps. And as you put in the reps, that's when you get the experience. The experience is where you push yourself beyond your comfort zone. There are many times in sales, I'll bring a customer in and I'm not even ready for them. I don't even know what they're buying. I haven't even sent it into the bank, but I do it on purpose because I push myself beyond my comfort zone. That way, when the voices inside are yelling out like, Marsh, what are you doing? I silence those voices. I work my process. My external pace is really slow. My internal pace is super fast, but push myself beyond the comfort zone, push myself in those dark cloud days when I don't feel like it. I do it anyway. So that way I can learn to make the edits. At first, man, some of your edits are not going to come out right. Sometimes they're going to go over. Sometimes you're going to go under. Some things that you're going to totally forget about, and you're going to blow the deal. You're going to blow the sale. You're going to blow the opportunity. That's okay. The good news is there's always next. I just put in another rep. So when it doesn't work right, I learn from it. I make the edits in my own life, and then I go get the next one and then repeat and do the same thing over and over and over again. As you do that through the repetitions, you'll become more synchronous and you'll be able to make these revisions almost without even thinking because it's just stuff you just drop in there. You're like on the backside of it, you're like, fuck, man, I don't even know how I did that. The way that you did that is through the repetitions, through the experience, and that's when you know that you're becoming a pro. Remember, the greatest sale that you will ever make is to sell you on you because you're more than enough. Stay amazing. Stay in the sales life.